Yo, what is going on? This is Trade Digital 89. I'm sorry for the previous stream. My computer was tripping. My computer was straight tripping. It never trips like that. My computer is always fast. I'm not sure if it was Sandbox when I was on the Dotted Line podcast with Marquise that you could check out also on YouTube, but I don't know what it is. So we're gonna just dive right into it. Just a simple introduction. This is my YouTube channel, Trade Digital 89. We talk about everything technology. We talk about a little bit of finance. I do coding lessons. I do blockchain technology lessons. Teach people about Python. Show people how to create an e-commerce store. Talk about passive income a little bit. Talk about a lot of those things. But today we have a problem, man. We have a problem, and us men, we need to figure out the issue. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? Is this situation we talking about? So this episode is called Quiet Quitting, and 7 million men ages 24 through 54 in the US are not working. Why is that age? Because that's pretty much the age of men, because you got young men that's working early, especially back in the day. Back when I was 14 years old, we had a program called Speedy, and Speedy, that's what the mayor, he gives kids, kids a job in the summertime, and you get a little money. You get like $100 if you complete the program. It's just showing young kids how to work ethic and earning your money the right way. It was a little bit of money, but back then $100 buying power was a lot more. So it was like everything. You could buy a lot with that. And and then of course 17 years old or 16, you get your working papers, you start working. But kids right now is not even doing that. They're not even doing that. Well, the young men, they're not even doing that. And we're gonna dive right into it. So you have the age gap between 24 and 54. So 54, that's getting towards retirement, even though people are working longer. They working longer because they're not getting a pension or they're not seeing retirement. And 24 is like that age going towards the middle age of your 20s, that you're starting to bounce to job or trying to find out your career if you didn't graduate college like that. So before I go into the New York Times article, I found an actual article that talked about this issue. Let me see. Okay, we see it right there. Let me go to this one. All right. So it says right here. So it says men not at work. Why so many men aged 25 and 54 are not working? And it says 7 million when I saw it. So it says the job market is a whole lot better than it was during the worst of the Great Recession. But around 7 million American men between the ages of 24 and 54, mostly told old to be in school and young and too young to retire, right? Are neither working nor looking for work. That amounts to 12% of all men in those prime working age, and that doesn't count another 2 million who are looking for work but haven't found it. So there's two out of 7 million men between those ages that's not working. 2 million of them are working. So that means a large percent of that million is saying I'm not trying to go back. So let's just stay right there, because let's highlight this part right here. 12. So it says that amounts to 12% of all men in those prime ages, and that doesn't count another 2 million who are looking for work but haven't found it. So there's 2 million of those men looking for work but they haven't found it. So let's go right there. Let's go right there. Let me full screen my face. So the men that's actually working, and they saying that there's jobs available, they just not getting it. They just not getting it. So let's go to that. So there's um a lot of these jobs, you need certain skills. You need certain skills to get these big time jobs, but they do have jobs like truck driving. You can drive the bus, you can be a garbage man, security jobs and stuff like that. So there's men that's actually trying to find work regardless, and the jobs is there. So is it because they don't have the skills, or the job they looking for is they aren't required, they don't have what the job is looking for. Like, why is that? Why they're looking, they still not finding it? Are they reaching for the stars when you should just find anything to support yourself? So that means it's going to be a lot of people, a lot of men homeless, especially if men is leading the household. It's going to be a lot of that. But that's 2 million people out of that 7 million men. Well, 2 million men out of that 7 million men that's actually looking. They just haven't found anything. They just haven't had good luck, right? So now my hypothesis, or hypothesis, that's a hypothesis. If I had an educated guess on why they can't find a job, is based off of their skill set. They don't have the skills for those particular jobs, and they need to focus on the jobs that it's easier for them to get, and they can get paid money. You get your CDLs to be able to drive the bus. You can reach up to six figures, close to six figures. Driving New Jersey Transit or the Greyhound, or all these different stuff, or being a truck driver, you can make six figures. Garbage men, it's up to six figures, so you can make a living doing that. There's some skills you can get good money at, and I feel like they looking the wrong way. They looking at jobs that they don't have the necessary skills to get. So I don't know why they not getting these jobs, because the job market right now is the highest, like they said, it's the highest since the Great Recession. It's the highest. So there's jobs available. Why aren't they getting it? So why aren't they getting it? That's the main thing right now. So let's read more into this. Let's keep going. So it says the large number of prime age men who are on the sideline is a problem that predates the Great Recession. The share of prime age men who are working or looking. Oh wait, hold up. I'm not seeing the article. Sorry about that. Let me post the article. All right. I'm read that over. All right, so the large number of prime age men who are on the sidelines is a problem that predates the Great Recession. The share of prime age men who are working or looking for work has been falling for half a century. This issue has drawn the attention of Jason Furman, chair of President Obama's Council of Economic Advisor. He came by Hutchins Center at Brookings recently to talk with me about this. Let's see what he say. Let's see what they're talking about. It don't have to be too long. Let's see what
Hi,
the situation.
I'm director of the Hutchins Center on Fiscal and Monetary Policy here at Brookings, and I'm joined today. So if you look at all the men between these eight in this prime age group, 12% of them aren't even looking for work.
That's right.
Wow.
They have, given up looking for work. And for most of them, when we look at them, they didn't have a job the year before and weren't looking for work the year before either. This isn't just I'll take a month off from searching for a job.
All right, let's stop it there, right? All right, so we'll stop it there. So he said 12% of men, they're not even trying. Now I want to go to that. So there's a lot of layers to to find out the reason why they aren't looking. The pandemic sped a lot of this situations up. This sped a lot of this because a lot of men now can be with their families, to spend time with their families, and they was getting relief money to take care of their families and do things that they wasn't able to do because they was working all these hours. So these big companies, I'm not gonna let them get off the hook, because these big companies, they have these men working long hours, and they not getting the benefits that they deserve. They getting treated just like a slave for a little bit of pay. That's why you got like the AOC. She like, even though I disagree with some of the things she say, but you see why they trying to push up minimum wage, so working class men and women could get the right pay. Because you working for peanuts, and you have to work like 50, 60 hours just to make enough. You literally killing yourself. And these jobs don't care. And then it gets to the point that when the season go down, they cut your hours. But when the season go up, they need you to work more hours. So how does that benefit the working class man that's really out there trying to get it? And the pandemic was a perfect example of that. If there was no relief money given, you know how many homeless people it would have been. It would have been a lot of families homeless. And like I said, when it comes to boosting the minimum wage, I know that's going to be an issue, because if you boost the minimum wage, you're going to have to boost everything else. You gotta pretty much boost life is going to cost a lot more if you boost minimum wage, because companies have to be able to make their money, make their revenue. So I understand that. But these companies and corporations, they aren't being really fair to these workers. They aren't being really fair. I could speak for them, being in that particular situation, that you working hard, and you taking care of your family, and you doing everything you have to do, and they just play with you. They just play with you. These companies, so they the reason why these men just saying, I'm not going to keep doing this. I'm going to find other ways to make money, and I'm going to find other ways to be able to sustain money, because I can't trust these companies and corporations, and to be able to work check to check, and then they can just cut me off, like budget cuts. We gotta get rid of you. I believe they did that to like United or American Airlines, and they got rid of like everybody. They got rid of everybody. How could you prepare for that? So but when it starts, when the company starts to peak, when traffic starts to flow, they trying to bring everybody back, and nobody want to come back. And I was on that side of the fence. I was on that side of the fence that when the pandemic happened and things started to come back to normal, go back to normal in the airport, we tried to call people back, and they was like, "No, I ain't coming back. Why I'm coming back? I'm making so much money. I'm making so much money sitting home," because people was getting that relief money and all of that. And I don't blame them, because you got rid of them like that. And I understand that they had no choice, because they about to lose mad money, because it's going to be less people flying, because everything's locked down. Nobody not going to really be going anywhere. So I understand that. But you can't be playing with real people's lives like that. That's why you got something called quiet quitting now. People's getting tied up. So I'm saying those companies and corporations, they not off the hook. Men is tired of that. Men is tired of getting talked down. Really, really working extremely hard for these companies and being extremely loyal to these companies. And these companies just gonna cut your throat just like that. That's not even fair. And another reason why that 12% is not even trying to work, because a lot of these men, they found other ways to make income. They found more passive income. I feel like the pandemic helped that, because there was a lot of people investing in the stock market. It was a lot of people using money to create their own business. You got Uber, you got Lyft. That's another component. You don't have to. You could work your own hours. So Uber, Lyft, Instacart, you could work your own hours. So you don't need to work that job. You know, I could just wake up and I'm gonna just drive and pick people up and make my money off of that, instead of working in a job that they could just cut me. Like I got different ways to make money. Uber, Lyft. Now you got Amazon. Amazon, you could be able to drive the trucks and deliver packages. Amazon have a program they give you $10,000 to create your own. I believe you create your own trucking company. You can start it. You got people investing in stocks. Crypto was crazy. The first week of November. The first 2 months of 2021. January, February, it went crazy. Everybody was making money. That's why GameStop, Wall Street bets, they went crazy. It was so many people making money to the point that they said, why come back? I made so much money, and now I can be able to do everything I wanted to do for my family. So now you have more business owners. You have more people that took their money to invest. You got more people that just say, I'm going to work for myself. I'm going to do Instacart. I'm going to do Uber. I'm going to do Lyft. I get to do this. There's people doing stuff online. There's Generation Z, for example. The streaming joint is going crazy. There's young kids streaming, making crazy bread. So y'all thought the women was killing OnlyFans during the pandemic, and they still doing it now. These young streamers, these young kids is not even 24 yet. And it's crazy because you see that gap. The gap is gonna get even closer to like 18. They're gonna be like, I don't even know what a job is. Like Aiden Ross, he's one streamer. He thought everybody he thought the income in America was 100,000. He had no clue because these young kids making money. And that's why you see now, because I know somebody that was working as a nurse. She just quit that job, and she just said, I'm gonna just stream because I like to play video games, and she's killing right now. That's a girl. But so many of these young dudes, even dudes that's like 20, 24, 25, 26, 27, in their late 20s, they killing. I'm about to show you. Look at these top streamers. Let me remove this first. Let me stop sharing. Look at these top streamers. Look how much money they making. that's why some men is like, why even? And some men probably in their 30s, 40s, why even do this? Look at these young kids making all this money. Look at this. All right, let me see if y'all see it. Let me go here with it. Look at this. Oh, no, what I'm doing. Look at this. Now, these is like kids doing it, but look at the money that they're making off of streaming. Look, for example. So Kai Sinet, I think some people, if once you pass my channel, you see this, you know who he is. He's a young black kid. He just turned 21. Look how much he made. Look at his income. Between 60 to 121,000 he makes. Look at that. This can be every time he streams. This can be every time he streams. I don't know how it works, but look at his money. This is money that people that's working these 9 to 5 can't even dream to see. You see this: 60 to 120, 84 to 117, 65 to 100 to 1,000, 59,000 to 98,000, 27,000, and a boost all the way to 86. Look at this. There's women in here, but most of these streamers are men, and they killing. So you see this. These is like I guess it's like the top 20. Let me see if I could click and see. So these is his analytics. I wonder if that's generated per oh, I'm not oh, you're not seeing that page. It's okay. Let me remove this. So you see that. You see these, you see the analytics, you see how much money they making just off of streaming, that the average working man like, why I'm busting my behind, and these, and you got these kids in their 20s, they making more money than I'm making a year. They making this like in a week or a month, just streaming. Why the hell I'm working and my boss is giving me a hard time? He about to cut my hours because it's slow season. Why even do that? Why I'm working at a job that I'm tired, I'm exhausted, and I can't even see my kids, and I can't even spend time with my kids because I'm always at work. That's one of the reasons why. That's one of the reasons why. Look how much money they making just off of streaming. And you go see more Gen Z, young men, they're gonna just say the hell with it, period. But that could be a problem. That could be a problem if they do that, though. Because we can't have everybody just not, especially men that built so much infrastructure to drive America, to make America what it is. And I'm not disrespecting women, because there's women in those working environments that help out so much. I'm saying the men that do the oil drilling and the constructions, the architecture. If they're not doing these jobs, who's gonna do it? And how you can rely on AI. You know, I talked about that a lot, but I don't even know we there yet when it comes to 3D printing all these things up. It's coming, but we still need men working. Somebody got to work. So that 12% I said, I just think these companies is full of crap. They don't do a good job helping men get the money to help to be able to feed their family. And also men is becoming more of an entrepreneur, and also they're working for themselves so they can create their own hours. And then you got streaming, of course. So that's the 12% as well. And then you just got people that's just lazy. I can't let y'all off the hook with that. Just men that's just lazy. They rather just shack up with their girlfriends or family. They rather just do that instead of just working. And because like my aunt said, if a man don't want to work, a man don't want to eat. That's the thing. And cause I see so many homeless men everywhere, because I bounce around a lot. Whether I'm in Texas, I'm in Jersey, I'm in New York, I'm in Florida, you're gonna see the homeless population grow. It's gonna keep growing. And I see mostly men. I do see women, but I see mostly men out there. And I just said that's just lazy. It's unacceptable. You need to go out there. And you need to earn some money, make yourself better, provide in society, because you're useful. Every human being in this world is useful. So go out there and provide in society. If you're not working, you better do with some of these other men in the 12%. I'm gonna work for myself, or I'm gonna invest, or I'm gonna build these relationships, networking, or I'm just gonna work these jobs and just slave. But you got to be productive. You can't you just can't be just lazy. That's just one of the worst type of energy you can have. It's just being lazy. So let me go back to that video, and then we go talk about quiet quitness. Please like and subscribe. Please, anybody that comes across this page, please like and subscribe this channel. Because I need this to grow, because the information I give out on Trade Digital is free game. This particular episode, I just want to discuss this because I see it happening. So let me let me stop sharing that, and then let's go back to sharing with um with the council, Obama's council CEO, what he was talking about, because it's very important to figure out why.
Seems to be, for the bulk of these men, a real long run state for them.
So people always wonder when I talk about prime age men, well, what about the women? So let's just talk about women. What's happened to women's labor force participation?
With women, up until the year 2000, you saw women's labor force participation rising. And that's as a process that started at the end of World War II of women entering the workforce and continued up through 2000. Since 2000, that process seems to have played itself out, at least in the US data. And women since the year 2000 look a lot like men with the same downward trajectory for their labor force participation rate.
Okay, so when you look at the men, so 12%, that's something like 1 in 9 men aren't working.
I gotta
looking
stop
for work.
this.
What do we?
I also want to stop this. I do see more women taking these jobs now. Now it's a peak production in women taking these jobs that men was doing. You see more women doing ramp service in the airport. You see more women doing a delivery service, picking up boxes, working in the warehouse, doing the drilling now. I don't know what's happening, but the women is out there doing the work. They out there, so it's a rise now. There's a rise in that, and the men is like choosing, like, I'm gonna play on the sideline. But let's continue. I'm not saying all the women is taking these jobs. Absolutely not. They I don't want to get my nails dirty or anything being a garbage man. But let's continue.
We know about these guys.
We know that they're disproportionately without a high school education. They're disproportionately poor. We know a little bit about how they spend their time. They're not spending any more time on childcare, not spending any more time on chores. They are spending a lot more time watching television than the men who are in the workforce.
Was that the silver lining of the
Wait,
dark lining?
who is he talking about?
That was the dark lining.
I see.
Let me see. I don't know who is he talking about.
On childcare, not spending any more time on chores. They are.
When you look at the men, so 12%, that's something like 1 in 9 men aren't working or looking for work. What do we know about these guys?
We know that they're disproportionately without a high school education. They're disproportionately poor. We know a little bit about how they spend their time. They're not spending any more time on childcare, not spending any more time on chores.
He's saying got lazy.
A lot more time watching television.
Oh man,
than the men who are in the workforce.
Was that the silver lining or the dark lining?
I think I grew up thinking that was the dark lining.
I see. Okay. Are these? Do we know? Are some of these guys just lucky enough to have women who make lots of money, so they don't have to work?
Right. There's generally been 2 classes of explanations for why this has happened. One class I'd call the supply side, and that is these men don't want to work. And there's a bunch of reasons they may not want to work. One is they could be married to a woman that is working. And with so many more women working today than 50 years ago, you'd think that.
All right, so I'll just stop it. I'll stop it there. He's saying that he's saying y'all out here shacking up with Mama Bear. Y'all here shacking up with Mama Bear, getting warm and cozy. You in the house playing the video games, and she's taking care of all the bills because it's been an uprising in women taking these jobs now, taking care of the men. So there you have that. And I was talking about the lazy men that's not trying to work and they're gonna be homeless and stuff like that. But the men, and there's another percentage of men that's just shacking up. They just shacking up with their woman, and they out there taking advantage. Out there just taking advantage, and yeah, there's women that's willing to take care of their men or whatever to keep them at home. So yeah. And also I have another I think this is another reason too. I feel like some men feel like some of these jobs don't make their status high, meaning that they're not gonna get a certain woman, or whether she's pretty or high class. They're not gonna get this particular woman working being a garbage man. Even though garbage men get good money, they're not gonna get that particular woman because she might look down on him. And she said, you need to be a doctor, or you need to be a lawyer, or you need to be an entertainer. Because I want to be able to go places and stuff like that. And if we around these people, I don't want them. If they ask what you do for a living, and they go say, "Oh, you're a garbage man," they might look down on you. So I do see a little bit of that. That some men is choosing, like, status wise. I may want to get a job that will boost my status, and I can be able to, feel confident in what I do. So I do see that as well. Just to put that out there. So I'm not gonna go further with that part. We're gonna talk about quiet quitting. I think we was hearing a lot of that. It was trending on Twitter about what quiet quitting is, and I found a definition. I witnessed this. I witnessed this recently for somebody. I'm not gonna say their names. So let's look at this, what this quiet quitting is about. So what is quiet quitting? Is it a real trend? So let's see what it is. Quiet quitting refers to doing the minimal requirements of one job and putting in no more time, effort, than absolutely not doing anything necessary. I'm gonna just say it like this, right? I'm gonna say it's like something I witnessed, right? Because even that first part right here, somebody I know, he would just we saw his work ethic was declining. When he first got the job, he was killing. Let me full screen me, because I don't even need to read that. I don't even need to read that. All right, so he first got the job. He was an amazing worker. He was amazing. He did everything, blah, 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 right? He was an amazing worker. And then 8 months to a year, it started to decline. Like it started to just go down, really down, to the point that it's like, you about to get writing up. We thinking about getting rid of you. What's the issue? And then we had a discussion with him, and he just saying that I ain't gonna put no more effort anymore. There's new employees making the same amount of money as me. They don't do half the effort. They don't put half the work that I do. I'm not getting the benefits that I want. I'm like, what am I getting to be motivated to work hard? I'm not going to be doing all of this stuff, and I'm not getting anything from it. And in my head, I'm like, he have a point, because why should you put your all in the job if you're not getting anything out of it? And especially if somebody that just got that job makes the same amount as you, and you've been there way longer, and they get the same perks as you, and there's no thank you for this, here's a bonus. There's none of that. If a job is not doing that for you, I can understand that's quiet quitting. Like, how could you be inspired to even work for that? So basically, going back to this, quiet quitting is just, you're there, but you're not putting no effort into it at all. You absolutely putting no effort. You just do it enough that they won't fire you, because you're still doing enough that they can't say it. And some of these jobs, they don't want to fire you because you're going to be able to collect unemployment. And so you're just gonna and you don't want to quit because you won't get unemployment, and you're probably trying to wait till something else comes. So you want to get another job. So you're gonna do quiet quit. You're just gonna say, well, they're gonna say, Tony, can you stay an hour and a half? No. Tony, can you work on Saturdays? No. Tony, can somebody called out, can you work this person's shift? No. That's quiet quitting. Just absolutely no effort. Absolutely no effort, no favors, no nothing. They're not putting absolutely nothing in there. And this is crazy because this became a trend last year. People just tied up with these companies being full of crap. These companies is not doing any favors for them. They're not helping them out. It's all about revenue. It's all about the numbers. So they're not doing anything to help them out. So why should they even, you know, go in their hardest to keep a job? And especially these men, I'm just talking about the men. The men in today's society not beat anymore. They just not beat. It's so many other avenues that you can make money. They just say I'm not beat. If you had to fire me, just fire me. Because now it's crazy because I see more people just quitting like it's nothing now. They just quitting. It's like no fear and just losing your job anymore. They just don't care because they know that it's so many easier ways to make money. So they like, I'm gonna just leave, right? So just to wrap up this episode, just wanted to talk about this and for the people that's going to be watching this, I want to know what you think about it. What you think about the effort, because you may know somebody that's quiet quitting in your job. You may be a manager, you may be a store manager, and even the manager is tired working. Oh yeah, before I end it, because it was a question I put in the description. What would happen if even more men, if that percentage go up even more to the point that it just absolutely is men working in the workspace is just scarce. That would be America would fall apart. America would fall apart in so many different layers. They better be, unless they becoming like something, as far as they're creating businesses for people to work for them, and they actually creating solutions to help America. We're not just talking about you a crypto trader or you a stock trader. That's not gonna help. That's not gonna help America grow. What's gonna help America grow is we gotta make sure men is productive and they work in these jobs to work in these infrastructures, work in these architectures, um, um, agriculture. They work in all these things that make America great. If they're not working these jobs and just becoming streamers and just stock traders, America's gonna fall. America's gonna fall big time. And social media don't help it at all, because social media is it's kind of like how women was reading magazines, and they wanted to like um, mimic the stuff that they was reading on the magazines. Now that's social media, because everybody got a phone. Now men start to look at it like, maybe I should check this out. Maybe I should do this. Maybe I should do that. Right. So yeah, I would say that. But yeah, we go in this stream. I want to give a few solutions before the stream is over for the men that's actually looking for work. I would say to make sure you look for a job that's um because they said there's some men that's just looking and just not getting. I think they said 2 million men. Um, CDL drivers is needed. Great pay. Go get your CDLs. So there's some armed security. Get that. They pay really, really well for that. Try to find a trade. Like I said, I teach coding. Coding is crazy bread. Crazy bread. I know it's difficult, but if you subscribe to my channel and sign up to my course, I will be the one to so you can get your certification like that within 6 months, and you'll be crazy good. But yeah, that's a plug. So just find those jobs, because I see men is not a lot of men is too caught up in going to school anymore. So you want to find those jobs. that's strictly skill based, that you could make close to $100,000 a year. If you want to work those jobs, those men that's just actually looking for work, I would say get your CDLs, become a driver, truck driver, bus driver. Um, you can armed security, get into security. Security is like they always hiring and stuff like that. Find jobs with great benefits. Working for like the maintenance department and stuff like that. You can take there's security jobs that have like training, so you can be able to train to be an electrician, and they get paid more mad money. So find jobs that you could get a quick skill, and or what's the other one? I forgot the other one. To look at boilers, I forgot the name of that. You can put it in the chat, people. They make good money too. So just find jobs that give you an opportunity that you can learn a quick skill, you can make quick money. I would say that. And for the men out there that just tired, just super duper tired of working 9 to 5, and they tired of these companies, and I feel for you because these companies is full of crap. They don't really care. They just care about the money. And so so we gotta, because I'm like mixed. Some people, every life is a balance. So it have to be somebody working, but again, it have to be somebody just say, I'm not beat. I'm not no slave. I'm not gonna be taken advantage of. So the advice I would give to the people out there, to make sure you diversify your portfolio. So have stocks, have passive income, have real estate, get into technology, get into computer science. Um, um, you got Uber, you got Lyft, you got that. Just don't rely on that. That's not like that's not crazy bread. So you want to be able, if you don't want to work, make sure you have at least 5 streams of income passively if you're gonna do Uber or Lyft. Make sure you have that, because it's not easy. It's not easy because something can happen and everything could just collapse. But you want to make sure you have something. Make sure make sure you have like passive income. You get into real estate, you start learning the game, get your Series 8 certification to be able to get like a real estate gig. I also teach e-commerce, people that could create the e-commerce and drop shipping, get into that too. Very, very great passive income to be able to sell products online, because everybody's online buying all over the world. So that I'm not recommending anybody to do streaming. I'm not even recommending that. You can do it. I'm not like, if you have a passion for something and you have something that you do great, do it because I'm streaming and whatever. But I'm doing it also because I be having so many ideas, and I feel like I got to spread it out, especially me being a teacher, teaching Python and coding and all of that. I feel like I owe it to society just not to keep this information in, and to be able to spread out to the world. No, I did something. So yeah, so I would say that, and like I said, join the coding course. I got you. Get your certification, and you can get. They're hiring like crazy. They trying to find developers. It's so hard. It's so hard for them to find developers. So I would say that those are things. If you don't want to find work, do make sure you have 5 passive incomes. If you're doing Instacart, Uber, Lyft, five. I would say. I would say if you're gonna do the crypto and stocks, that's one. You're gonna be an investor. I would say get into real estate. They got crowdfunding you can do. Real estate. I would say e-commerce, drop shipping, and you can also sell on Amazon too. Sell on Amazon. I would also say if you have like friends collab on something, create your own business, create something that y'all have an idea with. I would say photography. Women love pictures. That's a great passive income, to take pictures and stuff like that. And one more, I actually had a list of passive income. We did this on a dotted line. It's kind of with investing, but I would say get into digital real estate. On the other podcast, I was talking about Sandbox. real estate is going to go into the digital side of the game. So just check that out. It's called you could download go to Sandbox. It's like a decentralized game on a blockchain. So you can check that out, and you could buy land and it can increase the value. That's same as investing. So I only got 4 right now, but yeah, just take those things. Those is good tools for you to have passive income if you want to just do Uber and Lyft and Instacart or whatever you're doing. And I believe Amazon have something that they could give you a $10,000 loan, and you could create you could have like your own business, your own trucking business. So I'll say that's 5. No, that's not really 5. That's really kind of difficult. But yeah, I would say that. So there's ways you could do it. So real estate, investing, drop shipping, like those I would say the main things you should get into if you want to do passive income. So that's it for this episode. Please like and subscribe, share the info. I enjoyed talking about this because I'm passionate about why are 7 million men not working. And trying to find out the solutions. And people, please comment. Let me know what you think, and then we'll go from there. But all right, peace out. This is Trade Digital 89. See you when I see you.